Okay, Sammy, we're going to talk Cristiano Ronaldo because that is a developing story. So what did we learn? Yesterday we learned that Ronaldo looking to quit Manchester United. Manchester United have insisted Ronaldo's not for sale and they expect him to stay. And then probably just as you were coming in this building, Simon, the news broke that Ronaldo, courtesy of the Telegraph, has not turned up for Manchester United's training session this morning for, quotes, family reasons. This was due to family reasons, an explanation which was fully accepted by the club and management, despite growing uncertainty over his future. But the news we hear, Simon, hasn't altered United's hardball position. Nonetheless, he's not for sale.
It's a very difficult one, isn't it? Because, I mean, Ronaldo operates in a space and place that sort of transcends the football clubs at times that he plays for. I don't necessarily mean just on the pitch. I mean the whole scrum of interest. You know, whilst we have to take at face value that he's not at the football club this morning because of family reasons, it may well also be because there's a media scrum going to be outside of Carrington because he's made an announcement that he potentially wants to leave the club. It's his gift if he wants to leave the club, and I actually don't think it's a bad thing. I think if you look at the statistics, whilst he, you know, there's no doubt Cristiano Ronaldo is going to score goals because the last thing that goes with a boxer is his punch.
Yeah.
He'll score goals, but when you're trying to compete with the sides that play in a certain way to try and overtake them, you need to have more possession, you need to be more effective across the entire 11 players and not just one player every now and again banging in goals that win games, score hat-tricks against Norwich that, with the greatest respect in the world, are not that particularly important.
Yeah.
Look, Ronaldo came back in a fanfare. People put it down as an Ed Woodward vanity play. I'm not quite sure of the logic of that because it had the propensity to go wrong, so you're putting yourself in a situation where it's not a vanity play, maybe it was a deal to be done.
Yeah.
I don't think that Ronaldo, besides being a media focus and a real fulcrum for interest because of the achievements that he's done and probably will continue to do at a certain level, is a loss to Man United rebuilding if he goes.
Well, what we do know, Danny, is he's had a massive change of mind, Ronaldo, to the mindset he had when he joined the football club for a second time. Cast your mind back. This is what he said when he returned to United.
As you know, I had a fantastic history with this amazing club. I was there with 18 years old, and of course I'm so happy to be back home after 12 years. I moved from Juve now to Manchester. It's a new chapter that I'm so happy and glad, and I want to carry on again, to make history, to try to help Manchester to achieve great results, to win trophies, and I'm one of them to help the team to win great things.
So Danny, they're now saying family reasons, that's why he's not at Carrington this morning and he's unavailable to train for Ten Hag this morning. Do you think he'll be back?
I don't know. I really don't know. But what my key question in all of this is irrelevant of what he wants. I mean, because United have the power, he's got a year left. It depends. The question of whether it's a good move or a bad move is fully dependent on who they bring in instead of. If they let him go without replacing, which would be ridiculous, then obviously you can't let him go if they've got no one in mind or no one they think going to come in and score a decent amount of goals. They've got to get someone in the building who's experienced enough and good enough to lead the line and play for Manchester United.
Well, that's key. I mean, 24 goals is a lot to replace, isn't it?
It's a lot to replace, and they haven't got an abundance of players who are chipping in with more than double figures. Their next best was Fernandes with 10. So they've got, when you look at a squad, you look at the balance and you look at where the goals and the creativity is coming from. And that's goals and assists. And if United are going to let Ronaldo go, they're going to have to get someone through the door. I wouldn't be letting him go until you get someone through the door, but I'm sure they're already working.
But they should be doing both. If they seriously want to compete in the top end of this division, they need someone alongside Ronaldo. Listen, let's not get it right. Ronaldo is a wonderful addition to a team that's in a decent nick. United are wrong all over the place. So Ronaldo just sort of makes the problem, compounds the problem, because there's a certain style of play that now wins leagues. And it's based upon possession, it's based upon hard work, it's based upon pressing. Now, one would say that was always the place, but it's even been more exacerbated by the achievements of Liverpool and Man City. And if United are going to bridge that gap, then they don't have the luxury of a player like Ronaldo that will score you goals, but there's a cause and effect. The effect is that the other parts of the team have to be functioning really, really well for Ronaldo to be a real asset. And because they're wrong all over the place, it compounds the problem of Ronaldo not being able to press and work hard and do things that other top sides can do with their top players.
Do you think he's wrong, Simon, to say this is the moment I want out?
No, I think if he wants to go, he should go. It's within his gift to say he wants to go. What United choose to do with it is their gift.
But he signed a contract.
Well, yes, and if he says he wants to go, United got him on a free. They've paid him big wages. I would imagine there's a consequence to this situation, which is basically that we can offload some of the wages and invest that in a far more compelling proposition, which is for the future of Man United.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is player power, Simon, that you do not like.
Well, no, it's not player power. It's only player if you acquiesce to it. He can turn around and say what he wants. He can turn around and say, I want to do the dance of the seven bells. If they turn around and say that you're not going to be able to do that, he'll end up doing as he's told in the end. So the bottom line is that if I'm United and say, this is where you feel, okay, this is how you feel, then okay, this has got to work for Manchester United. If it works for Manchester United, go, you can. If it doesn't work for Man United, stay, you will.
Ultimately,
and those are the two conversations.
Ultimately, I think a blessing in disguise.
I do too.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. Yeah, let's put it out there. Ronaldo not at training this morning for family reasons. Will he be back at all? So if you're a United fan, how do you view this? And of course, we have to remember, this is Ronaldo, your beloved Cristiano Ronaldo we're talking about. Is it a blessing in disguise that he wants out at this stage with the new season and such a crucial season coming up in the eyes of every United fan? Or is it an early crisis for this man, Erik ten Hag? Especially when you look across the city, Calvin Phillips walks through the door at Manchester City on a 6-year deal, and he, of course, is in there after Erling Haaland has done the same thing.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.